morning. So we're in the Inns National Park on the other side of the main entrance. Just stopped at the historical town site, and then we're going to call into our campsite for 3 nights. So pretty amazing bit of history. Probably more interesting for me because I worked in a big plasterboard factory. So this is a gypsum mine. Lots of history. It'll be interesting to read about it. Anyway, we'll go for a wander. All the big stuff goes down the bottom, and it's a big crusher, and it smashes it up. The post office was built in 1920 when the town population started to increase. Pizza, please.
You don't get pizza from a bakery, Daddy.
Look at this. This is pretty cool.
Look, this is where they used to cook it all.
Yeah, there's even another side here.
Look at that.
That's like a big pizza oven.
Put it in there.
Maybe you can have a pizza. I don't think the guy's dying. I think Michael.
He's hanging on to me now. Oi, mate. So we're walking out to, I don't know, an island not far from camp. South Island, that's what it's called. This is the bay. Apparently you can drive onto the beach. And there's lots of boats over there, Cooper. Can you see the boats? This way. Carry me. Carry me. Alright, in 1 minute. Get to the end and then Daddy will carry you back. That's a bit different to what I was expecting. And there's the beach access. And a very cranky child back that way. So this is West Cape Howe, I think. We're just walking out over to the Lighthouse over this way. But as per usual, we had to deal with a little tanty from a little boy down there. It's pretty normal these days.
That's left.
So we had a bit of an issue with our DC charger. I can see on the app what it's doing, and the solar was working, but it wasn't taking any alternator charge, and it was showing that the starter battery was at 13.1 volts when I could see that it was sitting at 14.2. So a bit of mucking around, tracing it all the way back. So basically the gist of it is there's a cable that runs down here into this terminal box, and then it splits. So this one goes to the Anderson, and then this one here, the big cable, goes into the canopy, up through there, and connect in to here, this main terminal. And when I was checking the terminal on the stud, or the voltage on the stud, it was showing 12.9 volts, even when the car was running and when you revved it, which didn't make any sense at all. So we checked the difference in voltage from there down to here. Yeah, 1.2 volts. So, you know, my old man just happened to stick his hand in here and give this a shake. And what had happened is, I think when it was installed, there's a second nut in here. I don't know whether you can see it. So there's the main lead, and then there's a nut, and then there's 2 more leads, and then another nut. So this one here was nice and tight, but the inner one was not, and that allowed the main cable to move back and forth significantly. So it would never have been getting a good connection. And I always wondered where I could never get more than 23 amps out of this DC-DC. Like, it should do up to 50 if the alternator can do that. Anyway, once that was nipped up, we tested it and it's fine. It's running again, and even up to 34 amps. So it is split under normal circumstances, 50-50 from solar and alternator. So it'll do a max of 25 from the alternator and a max of 25 from solar. So I mean, in good conditions now with the solar hooked up, we should see, I don't know, 44, no, maybe more than that, 45, nearly the full amount of amps in current going to the battery, which is awesome. And if I really want to, I can unplug the cable for the solar, and then that will allow it to do the full 50, but I don't know whether our alternator will do that. So loose connection. That was done when it was installed, I think, because I've never seen above 23 amps. So it's been that way for, I don't know, 4 months maybe. Anyway, nice to know that it's ironed out and all sorted. So this is our campsite at, how do you say it?
Pondalowie, maybe?
Pondalowie Bay. And Sarah absolutely loves it. Why do you love this campsite?
Ticks, and more ticks. Don't like ticks.
So we rocked up, and I kid you not, we put the camper trailer in here, looked on the floor and found 2, and then I found one in Cooper's Hair about an hour later, and I've killed a couple more since. Most of them are pretty big. There are signs around at Jim Beach that tell you
And here.
different types, yeah, and here, but they're everywhere. So they reckon that they're harmless, you just pull them out. I think that's probably debatable. They do carry some average diseases if you want to look into it, but yeah, either way, not the best to be camping right near them. It probably should be publicised a bit more. Maybe they don't want the bad publicity, I don't know. Anyway, we'll see how we go. We did book 3 nights here. Had we have known about the ticks, we might have reconsidered that, but we shall see. They're eating berries. That's what explains their poos. You know, their poos have got all the stuff in it. Oh, there's another one at the back there, a big one. Hello, mate. Are they happy emus? Look at him. Docker, 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 docker. So it's only a short walk, maybe like 200 metres or something, through the fisherman village and onto a pristine beach. Yeah, that's a plover. Alright.
You need to look out for them.
That's right. Look how beautiful it is. Look at this, a moment of love.
Throughout the thousands of moments of hate.
Is that right?
Or fights.
It's been a bit of a battle with the old kids these
Couple of weeks.
last 2 weeks, I reckon. Oliver having, between Cooper having a sore knee, definitely didn't help. Anyway, you gotta take it. The good with the bad. Waves rolling through. So this is Chinaman's Hat, and it's a sanctuary zone. I was just thinking it looked like the ultimate place to go and dive, but anyway, far out. Another nice afternoon here. One of those big boats just came in. Pretty cool spot if you had a shack. So this is the shipwreck just near the fishing village. Looks pretty cool. We'll have a look at it. How would you be, but what an amazing beach. Unbelievable. So you can drive your car on just down there. You can't come too far this way, but spectacular. Really, really beautiful.
I want to see the other one.
Daddy can lift you up. What do we say? Did you forget your manners?
Dad, can I look at that one?
Yeah, Koopy asked first. Here. Look, ready?
Yes.
There's the old motor or whatever's left of it. Amazing. Alright, go. Oh! Gee whiz. Alright, you gotta go big one. Oh! Oh! You are heavy.
I'm getting your eyes.
No, that's not very nice.
That is.
Cooper, where are we?
And a big.
At the beach. Where are we going to? We're going to go down there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one I saw some side.
That's right. So we're at Browns Beach. Looks a lot nicer today with the sun out. It is a bit windy, but it'll be nice down on the beach. I think it should be protected. So this bloke down here is telling us he's seen a couple of snakes already. So we'll keep our eyes out. Not bad at all. So don't slip over. Whoa, 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 whoa. Is it slippery dippery? Oi, you're going to pull me over. Alright, there we go. Where do you want to go, Coops? The starfish, that's right. It's another windy day at the Innes National Park, and Sarah's got something to say. I'll turn around, alright?
Well, it's Aaron's birthday today and he has a very special breakfast. He can have Weet-Bix, oats, pretend Fruity Loops, or Weet-Bix bars. Slim pickings.
So we left Port Augusta 2 weeks ago, and we have pretty much nothing left in our fridge. There's a bit of yogurt and some sauces, a bit of pineapple, some cheese and some leftover toad in a hole from last night. We got almost no fruit or veggies or eggs or salad, meat, any of that stuff.
We got meat, we got a lot of freezer with meat.
We got lots of stuff in the freezer, but not much else. And we're down to like the lowest water we've been for a long time. I think there's only about, I don't know, maybe 70 litres left or something, which is still heaps. But anyway, so we're going to push on for one more day and go up to the northern part of the boot on the Yorke Peninsula, up to Daly Heads or Gravel Pit or something. Check that out. And then the plan is to leg it up to, what's the town? Kadina.
It's not that far, so it's not really leg it.
2 hours, it's a huge
Big
drive
drive.
compared to our 30-minute moves every day. Yeah, they've got a Christmas thing up there for the kids that we'll hopefully go to. So we'll get going soon after I've had an awesome breakfast.
Grandad asked me what these are.
So a bit of random weight information for you. When we left on our lap around Australia, I went to a weighbridge. I really wanted to get the axle weights, but the automated system didn't really allow for that. But anyway, we were over on the GVM by 35 kilos. And the tow ball weight was somewhere between 160 and 180 according to the weighbridge. So I moved some weight backwards to reduce the tow ball weight and take some weight off the vehicle. And we've been driving like that ever since. Now, the water tanks are pretty much empty. So looking on here, the flow meters are showing 24 and 39 litres left. So there's probably actually about 90 litres, so they're not completely empty. 90 out of the 270. I'm not really sure how much is usable, but anyway, I grabbed Dad's tow ball doodad this morning to check the weight.
It hooked on.
Don't pull that, please. And I've just had a look at it. So hopefully you can see that or not. It's sitting at like 170 now. You can't measure it right off the tow ball because it doesn't fit in there properly, but it'd be close enough. So that's really interesting. The water tanks are located starting sort of here, 1, 2, 3. So I would expect the tow ball weight to be a lot heavier than what it is now, which is quite interesting. It's good for us. I don't like having a heavy tow ball weight, as long as it's stable, which it has been really good. Less weight on the back of a dual cab is a good thing, otherwise you end up with a broken chassis. So there you go. Well, we got ourselves a new campsite. So this is Swincer Rocks. There's a gravel something or other campground not far north of here. Otherwise you go around the corner to, I forget what it's called, Corny Cove. Corny Cove is the one. So we had ruled this campsite out. It didn't look very good on the photos. Yeah, not that great reviews or whatever. Daly Heads was quite good and the gravel one looked nice, but we pulled in here and we got a magic spot. We're like meters away from the water, camped on a little cliff thing. How could you go wrong? And I don't think there's anyone else here, which is quite interesting because the other campsites are starting to fill up pretty quickly. So there'll be room for Mum and Dad to park up there. Even had some random reception come through, so pretty cool. Amazing what a bit of sun will do. This might be one of the better spots we've found, I reckon. Unreal. I'm going to go for a swim, I've decided, regardless of how cold it is. So there are quite a few flies around, hence the net, but such is life. Every campsite has at least one downside to it, I reckon. Yeah, walk around there, Coops. Walk around this way. Yep, keep going. Now you can walk out there. Go on.
It's got confidence plus now.
Yeah, I know, it's awesome. Go on, Coops, you're alright. Good job. Now you can walk out there, can't you? That's awesome. So the kids are finally learning to swim a bit, which is a bit of a weight off our chests, knowing that they're a bit safer near the water. And also we've just booked a Whitsunday cruise in off Airlie Beach in Queensland next year, so it'd be fantastic that they can actually swim a bit before then. Good morning. Another beautiful morning here on the Yorke Peninsula. So the kids have decided that they want to have breakfast on the beach. How's your breakfast going? Is it good? They love this place. We debated giving them the option of whether to stay here for another night and skipping the Kadena Christmas thing, but we're pretty much out of water and everything anyway, so I think our decision has been made.